Welcome back to SportsCy. Today is an exciting day. Today is the first episode of our Taking Flight series. The NBA Finals have just started. I'm excited for basketball, and I said that this summer I want to be able to dunk. And before I was able to even dunk, I ruptured my Achilles way back when, and I've always been afraid to get back on the basketball court and attempt to dunk. But that's my challenge this summer, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it along every step of the way in this Taking Flight series. Alright, so it's morning time. I gotta go train my client, but first I gotta take an important supplement of mine if I'm gonna get to this goal. Alright, let's go! I almost have clients, so I gotta run to the gym and train them, and then we'll get to this video. Alright, so we made it to the gym, and I got my coffee, so I'm wide awake. Just finished training the first client. My next client canceled. It's the normal life of a personal trainer, so just gotta deal with it. I got one more client, and then we're actually gonna get into this workout. I'm gonna enjoy this coffee, train this client, and then we're gonna get back to this workout. Alright, catch y'all in a second. Now that the gym is open, doesn't look too crowded, I can finally take one of the squat racks and actually start improving my vertical leap. I need to make sure that I take care of is rate of force production. That is a critical thing if you're trying to work on your vertical leap. So the amount of force that you're able to throw into your hips to be able to jump all the way up. So that's naturally, if we're talking about hips, that involves my favorite exercise, which is the squats. So I need to make sure that I have really strong quads, and I need to make sure that I have really strong glutes. To put it simply, this is a simple leg day, but it's all going to be working on the vertical. Alright, so let's just get it started, and the first exercise is going to be the squat. Alright, here we go. The most important thing that you need to understand is that because we're trying to build strength, but also we want really strong quads, I have to work on strength, which means my volume today is going to be a little bit higher. So that's why it's a good thing I took my creatine today. And creatine is going to help me recover, it's going to help my body deal with the stress, and it's also going to make me a little bit stronger so that I'm able to push these weights and continually do progressive overload. Alright, so the first exercise we're going to do is going to be the squat. Let's get to it. Now, before I can start anything, I need to make sure that I warm up. So the first set I'm going to do is just going to be the bar, and this is just to get everything warmed up, get that musculature, just to make sure that when I'm doing my squats, eventually I'm not going to have any tight spots that could hurt my performance and also make it to where I'm not able to reach my goal by the end of the summer. Now that we're all warmed up, it's time to start adding that weight to it, man. And let's get to it. First one, 135. Let's get this weight right. Get over here. Now that I just did my 135, that was totally easy, let me be honest, okay? If you're an athlete, you probably know what you're capable of. If you've ever been in the gym before, you know what you're capable of, ego aside, okay? So I know I can lift so much more than that, so right now I'm just gonna jump up. But the key thing that I wanted to mention here is that if you're gonna do ramping up, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm ramping up to my top set. So my top set might end up being 315, it might end up being 350, whatever it may be. But to get to my top ramping up weight, what I need to make sure is that I gradually get up there. So a suggestion is that whether you're doing a bench or you're doing a squat, is that you first start off with the bar. So just getting used to your body moving in that direction or in that motion is going to help you hit those areas a lot better. It's one of the ways that you actually get your neuromuscular activity going to where your brain and muscles are actually functioning at the right or on the same page, and therefore you're able to execute every move perfectly. So now I'm gonna jump up just straight to 225. Let's get it going, no time to waste. Let's go.
See the whole club, everybody show me love. Haters show me mugs, but I ain't gonna let it kill my buzz. Watch me turn it out, turn it out. Watch me turn it out, turn it out. Watch me turn it out.
Just get my body used to lifting that much weight. Again, rate of force production. That's all we're trying to work on, and that's what these heavy lifts are all about. All right, so just got to do a couple more sets of that. Whew. Today is going to be a long day. I'm definitely going to earn my calories today. Whew. All right, let's get to it. I wanted to do 5 reps today, but today I just didn't have the energy because I'm still gaining my strength. So I guess I'm going to be aiming to where I'm doing 5 reps. The whole thing that I'm really going about right now is just trying to make sure that I'm challenged every time. I need to be able to do 1.5 my own body weight. If you want to have good vertical jump, you need to be able to squat 1.5 times your body weight. If you can't do that, then that means your legs are not strong to be able to do that, and your legs are the most critical thing that you need. That's why the squat is my first exercise.
Back against the wall, gripping on the cup, standing on the booth, I can see the whole club. Everybody show me love, haters show me mugs, but I ain't gonna let it kill my buzz. Watch me turn it out, turn it out. Watch me turn it out, turn it out. Watch me turn it out. Ladies tell me yes, they don't never turn me down. Watch me turn them down, cause okay, eyes wide shut, still see you looking. Walking on the cloud, look up and see my footprints, it ain't nothing but a word. Let's get it started, taking shots, let your head snap back like a starter.
Now that I'm done doing split squats, we already did the full barbell squat. We already did the split squat so we can work on that unilateral strength. So, because for me, I'm coming back from an Achilles rupture. If you saw my previous video, you can tell my calves need some work, but calves is not the most important thing. So, because we just did the squats, then just the split squats, now we're gonna go to the third part that you need to have strong. You need to make sure that your glutes are really strong. So now we're just gonna do band walks, because I already do enough glute work. The band walks is easily one of the best ways that I can improve my hip mobility so I can get that better rate of force production, which is the most important thing that we're trying to work on, especially in this workout, because resistance training has been shown to increase rate of force production, of force development, best for athletes. All right, let's get to it. All right, so with these band walks, what you want to make sure is you want to point your toes in. So pigeon toe, and what I'm meaning is that you want to do an internal rotation if you want to be more specific. The reason why you do this, you're going to feel a lot more in your glutes and it's going to start burning. I want to make sure that my range of motion is increased because my glutes are much stronger, because it's going to require such quick movement, especially if I'm trying to dunk. I have to make sure that my glutes are ready, or else if I keep doing these workouts also on top of that, if my glutes are not getting stronger, then when I get higher on my squats, when I get higher on my Bulgarian squats or split squats, I run the risk of injury, and I cannot do that. So the reason why I'm using resistance bands, because resistance bands, it's almost like I'm using a corrective, but then also I'm able to just keep loading glutes over and over again and do different exercises. So, and you'll see later on in this series, it's going to get much more exciting. There's going to be other exercises that I'm going to throw in there. There's also going to be some plyometrics involved along the way, but today the focus is strength training. So the squats was important, split squats was also important, and then make sure to get the glutes. In terms of hamstrings, I actually just did good mornings in the previous video. Part of the reason why I did good mornings is because it works the hamstrings, and if you're able to work the hamstrings, that's also another critical major muscle that is critical when you're trying to dunk. Alright, so that does it for the workout today. There's going to be a lot more stuff in this series, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Let's go!